This is my $500 Yamaha Grizzly. I bought this a few weeks ago off Marketplace. It was described as a parts bike. I paid just 500 bucks for it. In the last video, we repaired the rear frame. We replaced the rear diff with a brand used one. We installed our diff brace. I took it out on its first ride and it done excellent. And my plan for this quad is to turn it into a sport utility quad that Yamaha never made. Something like a more modern Wolverine. And today, we're getting a clutch kit from AD Clutching. This is so shiny and it's probably too nice for this bike, but it should really wake up this old girl. So let's get her done. So let's go ahead and get everything tucked out of the box here and see what we got. I never installed a clutch kit before on a quad, so this is my first time. Can't be that bad though, can it? We've got a little note. We've got all the instructions that we need here. Shout out Andrew for sending me this clutch kit. It's greatly appreciated and I can't wait to install it. We even got a koozie for some garage beers. So normally I would just take instructions and chuck them right in the garbage, but I'm actually going to read these. This clutch kit is about 650 bucks, including the brass slugs. It comes with everything you need and even instructions. So let's get right into it. Most of the clips on this bike are already gone. I honestly don't know what's holding it together besides hopes and dreams. After you remove the necessary plastics, you can unhook the rear brake lever. It's literally just a small pin and a spring. Go ahead and remove the outer side of the belt box. Watch out for that rubber seal on the cover. Remove the clutch guard. Just screw in two 10mm bolts to open up this clutch. This one right there was stuck on pretty good. I tapped it a few times with rubber mallet and it didn't come. So I gave it a few light taps with a steel hammer and off she popped. Nothing to it. Remove this collar off the shaft. Take out the two 10mm bolts. But you should take your belt off before you do that. You can remove this nut and now you can remove this other clutch. This will be an excellent time to replace your belt, but my belt looks to be in really good shape. It's all coming apart easy enough. Hopefully it goes together with the same ease. And now we can remove the inner belt box and also the air duct that came off with mine. So now I got to go ahead and drain my oil because when I pop off this little cover here, actually oil is going to come out onto the ground. So I'm just going to drain it out. I'll keep that oil because I literally just changed it in the last video. And I'll probably just dump it back in there. Now we can go ahead and remove this shaft and the cover. And behind that, there's a clutch you got to get out. I'm probably calling this all the wrong names, but you get the point. We got her off. Wasn't too bad. Remove all those 8mm bolts. This thing just literally pops right off. Just take your pry bar. Don't pry too hard, obviously, because all of this is aluminum and it will crack very easily. But you just give it a little pry here and there. Take your time. It'll come right off. Now, on the inside wet clutch here, this is a stake nut. So you're going to have to come in here with a little screwdriver. Try to pry this up as round as you can get it. And these nuts are reverse thread. Don't forget that. So you got to put your gun in forward to take this off. Clear as mud? Perfect. Remember, put your gun in forward. It feels wrong, but that's how it is. Oh my God. And you can just slide this little clutch pack right off. Alrighty then. Next thing we get to do is press in our little brass slugs we got here. So essentially, you got to pop out all these little clips And your slugs go in these holes right there. One here, all the way around. You really got to be careful not to lose any of these little clips, because they're like little spring-loaded rockets when they come off. It's a good idea to pinch this too with some channel locks or some large vice grips. That way you can take the tension off the little clutch. It makes it a lot easier to remove these clips, and you need to do this to put those clips back on. I'm just going to start all these slugs off with the channel locks, and I'm going to go ahead to the hydraulic press to finish them off. And just like that, we get this part all done. We can go ahead and put our plates and spacers all back on. And then we can go ahead and get all of our clips put back on. Alright, we got this part all done. We got our little brass slugs all pressed in. We got our clips all put in. Just give this a once over now. Make sure all your clips are in the right spot. Make sure all your lugs are in nice and flush. Make sure there's no shavings anywhere. Give it a good wash with some brake clean, and then we can reinstall it. Just slide it back over the shaft. Make sure it splines in. Now you're going to have to find a way to torque this out of spec. So you're going to have to get creative with some pry bars. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hammer down your stake nut. Put on a fresh new gasket. Make sure you clean all the surfaces up nice and good. Now you can put this on and torque it out of spec. Click, click. Alright, so we got that inside clutch all back on. We got the outside part bucket put back on, all cleaned up with a new gasket. I'm dumping the oil back in now so I don't forget it later on. And don't judge me for using old oil. I just changed this like 2 days ago, so it's not old. So we got to take this spring out and get this spring in. And as you can see, she's compressed quite a bit. I don't have one of these clutch compressors or nothing like that, so I'm just going to rig it up and make something work. I do got a big enough socket, so this will go down here like that. We can zip that off. Just break the nut free with the impact on. So now we're over here to the little press, and I'm going to want to support this hub. And anyways, this is a crank bearing out of a dirt bike that I just finished rebuilding. So I'm going to put the crank bearing right here. I'm going to slide this one in here. And now I need something to kind of go down on each side of this, so that way I can still take off that nut. So this is actually a control arm bushing race. I kept it for the press because it is pretty good and useful. Fits over here perfectly. I can still get to my nut, but I can't get behind it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the front out of this race right here. That way I can put something flat on here and I can press down on it and I can still get in there and get the nut off. Works like a charm. I might lose a finger, but I got the nut off. I don't know about me stick my fingers in there, but it's a little bit sketchy, but not too bad, I guess. Drop in the supplied washer, then you can drop the spring down. We got our cap. Then you can torque this to spec too. So our secondary clutch is all done. Now we're on to our primary clutch. So what we got to do here is remove this outer edge right here. We got to remove all of these screws. Pop off this cover. Pull this out. And we got a brand new one. Beautiful. We're gonna put this here. We got our seal to go on. So now we're on to this piece here. We gotta pop out all of these old bits. You're gonna want a couple cans of brake clean to do this job for sure. I'm on my second can here now. And we got our new can plate sliders. So we want to slide these in with the wide side up. Just like that. So next we want to take our supply grease that you get with this kit. And go ahead, lube everything up and start putting it back together. We can reinstall this piece. Next. And reinstall our cat. Reinstall the inner belt box. Make sure these shafts are nice and clean. Put a bit of lube on them. Now you can just reinstall everything the same way you took it apart. Just turn it by hand first to make sure it all spins nice. Put the clutch guard back on. Alright, I got it all back together. I'm going to start her up now and it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. She's in neutral. Let's fire her up. See how it looks. And now let's get the rest of her put back together. Yes, sir. Right on, boys. 'Tis the next day. Certified rubber shirts now available on the merch store. We got the bike all back together. I got all my tools cleaned up, got my floor swept. All that's left now is to take this thing out on a rip and see what kind of difference that clutch kit actually makes. But before I take this out, we got something to go and get. Seems like I've been collecting a few Yamahas. We got a Grizzly. You can't tell, but this is a 600 Yamaha triple. And back here, we got our YZ we rebuilt a few videos back. But I got something that I've had for about 20 years, and I haven't seen it in probably 10 years or more. Let's go get that before we go for a rip. You ready? Wow. What do you think of this? I guess this is now considered vintage, eh? Whoa, man. This Colt is about 20 years old. I used to be a Yamaha fanboy, if you didn't know. Much better. Pretty big difference with the clutch kit right off the bat. She wouldn't do that before. We're gonna fix the four-wheel drive one of these days. I don't know who this guy is, but what he at? better with that clutch kit in. But as you can see, we only got 2-wheel drive. I didn't fix that, and as you can see, there's still a lot of snow. So I'm gonna attempt to go up a trail. I'm probably gonna get stuck, but if not, let's just have a laugh. Yeah, it's way too soft. All I'm doing is tearing up the trail. I just stopped to have a look at my frame repair and the rear diff repair. All seems to be going best kind. She's not broke off yet anyways. Woo! So huge shout out to Andrew. If you're looking for a good clutch kit for a Grizzly, he's the man to talk to. It makes a big difference. I mean, you seen from my last video to this video, I could barely pull a wheelie in the last video. This time, you can pull up a wheelie and you can hold it all you like. Lots more low end grunt. But for just playing around, doing wheelies, drifting around, banging through the snowbanks, it makes a big difference. I believe that clutch kit is somewhere around 620 bucks, or a little, it was less than 700 bucks, I believe. So check that out if you want. Link is in the description. But that's one step closer to turning this $500 Grizzly into a certified ripper.